Hello, everyone. This is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we're shipping out today on Thursday, so the weekend's coming up. Honestly, I was just like listing all the way to like almost 1 in the morning. I couldn't focus like yesterday while listing. I don't even think maybe I got like 40 items listed. I just kept going and going. Ran into a bunch of these trains, so I'll just jump into the first item right now. This is an RCA, Radio Corporation of America. It's like a nice little model train car. It has like these wheels in the bottom. The price of this was all over the place. This was one of the better ones when I was listing these trains that we randomly found. Annetta had like a little nook in the car when we filled it up from the person that flips storage units. This ended up selling for $37.49. So yeah, like I said, the price on that was all over the place. Maybe that was like a really good price. I don't mind because that's like a good amount of money for one little train. All right, next up is going to be, actually that sold on the way when I was coming back, so I'll get that for tomorrow. It's some dice, so I'll talk about that tomorrow. All right, Iron Kingdom, Scoundrels of the Nightmare Empire RPG miniatures right here. So it's a little box. Iron Kingdoms is going to be the Privateer Presses, War Machine, and Hordes. Maybe just War Machine. They're RPG games, so these are going to be miniatures for the actual RPG game. So when they're role-playing, they're going to have little figures that like denote where characters are. So yeah, it looks like there's like a Boutonniere and like Scoundrels of the what is it, Nightmare Empire. So yeah, like little pirate guys with like different top hats and stuff and like guns. This sold for $29.99. I got that from the auction. I did not remember to mark how much I spent on it, but I think it was only like a couple bucks. Like, not many people are aware of Iron Kingdoms as something that people enjoy, and people do love role-playing game stuff. Most people think of Dungeons and Dragons, but there's a huge, and I think it's getting even more popular where people want to play other role-playing games. And Iron Kingdoms is a very hipster one, but people do like it. All right, next up is going to be a combo order. These are three, what are they, like police motorcycle die-cast little cars. I don't know anything about cars. This is a state trooper one right here. We got a bunch of these die-cast cars, the trains from some that flip storage units. They do the bigger stuff. And then once in a while, I'll hit them up and we get the smaller stuff. So here's another like blue and gray, good looking, like it feels good. You can tell this is like a good quality die-cast thing. Like I'm not into this stuff, but I can tell someone's gonna like it. And there's a smaller one right here. It's like whites. I'm not too sure like what that one says. Like I said, these as a combo order, I don't know if I said how much, $32.22. So we did that purchase from the person. We basically bought like a cart, basically like a pallet from this person. Their main draw was die-cast cars and trains, and there was a bunch of other stuff mixed in. We went, paid like $300 or $350. When we filled it up and got back home, we thought like maybe we made a mistake, so I was going to super keep track of this. And so far, it's actually doing way better than we both expected. And like I said, I didn't even realize some places like Annetta puts stuff in her car. So yesterday I went to like, there's like a little flap where you can have just like extra papers or like your extra spare tire, or maybe like jumper cables. And there's a bunch of these trains and stuff that I didn't even realize she had put in there because like we literally filled up the car. All right, moving along, we have some replacement Hasbro Clue pieces right here. They're pretty cool. These are the six characters. So you're gonna have like what is like Professor Plum, Mrs. White. I can't think of the other ones. Mr. Green, Colonel Mustard. So these are going to be replacement little figures. These sold for $8.44. That was for a 2005 Clue. So like they're like little painted miniatures. All right, moving along. I got luck with selling a piece of clothing. I do really bad with clothes. This was a pink Victoria's Secret like Bears. What'd you say? Chicago Bears. Yeah, it's I want to say these are bejeweled sequins. They're like these little like clear sequins on it. This sold for $12. Nothing too crazy. We got this one for free. All right, moving along. So I'll list the stuff if I get it for free. I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't know anything about clothes, so I'm not going to deal with it. Next up, we got someone that hit us up. We actually checked. This person's bought a bunch of these Munchkin bookmarks from us in the past. They wanted another 7. I have more of each of these, so I relisted them. These particular things are going to be little promos, and then they have rules on the back. And I think at the beginning of the game, you lay out a bunch on the table, and everyone who's playing this Munchkin card game, they get to pick like 2 or 3. I forget the exact ruling. I've played a bunch of Munchkin. I never knew that these existed, so I never actually played them. I just read the rules in the back. There's a bunch to read on these. They do like wacky effects. This sold to that repeat buyer for $35, which is pretty cool. It was pretty painless of a couple messages. So I was happy for that. I don't know if they watched. They've been buying for us. Like their first item they bought from us was from 2022. So they've been keeping an eye out on the store. All right, next up is going to be Mike Fitzgerald Baseball Highlights 2045. Some kind of cards for some kind of card game slash board game. It says like rookie on top. This thing's sealed, so I don't really fully know what this is. It looks like it's a whole team. Right here, it looks like this is just like a card that explains what's in the packet. I'm going to assume this is some kind of expansion. There's a lot of board games out there. I don't know all of them. I know a good amount about board games, but like I said, there's a lot out there. If I had to take a guess, this is probably some kind of like deck builder where you start with like a base of cards and then you use like different purchasing things to get more in your hand, or some kind of sport game. I don't know too much about the sports board games. There's not too many. The first one I think of is Formula D, which is racing, and I have played that game one time. I know there's other ones as well. All right, I'm going to move along right here. Perrin Miniatures sample pack. Yeah, so some kind of sample pack has like a bunch of different things by this particular company. It's like kind of all over the place. It says that it has American Civil War figure, Zulu War, World War II. So it's going to have like, what's this, British Gatling gun, Prussian infantry, I know Tiger One, OSFE German tank. I don't know how to say that. I probably butchered some of that. $9.11 for that like sample pack, which is pretty cool. All right, next up is going to be Design Works Crafts. This is going to be a craft set to make some Santa Claus. It looks pretty cool. Like this looks like a fun thing. Like I've always been into crafts. I haven't done any crafts in like a long time. I'll make stuff for Aneta for like different things like anniversaries and Valentine's Day and stuff like that. I do like crafts. So I know people like this stuff all over the place. All types of people. This sold for $10.12. All right, and then moving along, we have a baggie. This is 22 for a Milton Bradley Battle Ball like sport game. So like, yeah, another like sport-ish game that I don't know about. So it looks like these are like sci-fi, futuristic, gonna have Battle Ball. There's like Blood Bowl, which is Warhammer, which kind of popular made these type of games popular, where you have a bunch of figures and there's like, you know, sometimes can be like deaths, and then there's gonna be ways to score points, but there's gonna be different victories. Think also like Harry Potter has the Quidditch and stuff like that. There's a lot of games like that. I don't know too much about them. This sold for $9. It's just replacement pieces. I put 22 because I don't know off the top of my head right now if this was a full set, but when I was listing, I probably looked up what a full set was. And instead of saying full set, I'll say, hey, it's 22 of these replacement pieces. All right. And then the last thing for the day, which was kind of fun for me, Banthrico, Chicago, USA, this is a key for a coin bank. It was interesting to me because I kept having this situation where I was going to list this cool jewelry box. I opened it up and then all the jewelry and stuff was still there. Technically, there was a ring where it could be special. I have to have someone check it out. Like, I don't know, but there was like keys and random stuff. So I'm listing the jewelry box, and instead of that thing selling first, this little coin bank key sold first for $12. Someone's just trying to like probably complete their set. I looked up the coin bank. It's like $7 or $8 itself. So maybe someone has like money in their coin bank and they don't want to destroy it to get into the money, or they just want a complete set, or they thought the key looked cool because like it looks like a cooler key. All right, so that's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help support us, take a look at the shop down below, and I hope everyone's having an okay week so far.